What's going on, guys? Crypto Renegade here for you. In today's video, I wanted to do another hardware wallet comparison video. On my left, we have the brand new and premium NGrave Zero hardware wallet. And on my right here, we do have the Ledger Nano X hardware wallet. Stay tuned, you're not gonna wanna miss this one. All right, guys, welcome back. So again, in today's video, I wanted to compare the new NGrave Zero crypto hardware wallet against the Ledger Nano X hardware wallet. But before I jump into the content, I just want to give a shout out to my website, bitcoinlockup.com. Check it out. There's some new exclusive content coming and it's been fully revamped and redesigned. So make sure to check that out and download the free ebook on crypto, 7 best ways to secure your crypto. All right. And let's jump into this. So if you've seen my previous hardware wallet comparison videos, there's typically 3 categories that I look at when making a hardware wallet purchasing decision. And the 3 main categories are: number 1, the design, security, form factor, and overall user experience of the device. Number 2 is going to be the coin support. Is there any unique specific coins to each wallet and or staking abilities and delegation abilities? And then third and final category is the overall price. And then ultimately, if I could only pick one of these wallets, I will tell you which one I would choose if I could only pick one. All right, so let me go ahead and start here real quick. In fact, I'm actually gonna start with the Ledger Nano X. As you can see on the screen here, I do have a low battery right now, but let's talk about the security and the form factor. So as you can see, this is a USB enabled device and it's fairly small. Right here, you do have 2 mechanical buttons. This is used for navigating as well as authorizing and signing transactions. And then right here, you do have a USB-C charger. Now you can use this wirelessly via Bluetooth, which allows you to use an iOS or Android app for Ledger Live, or you can plug this with the USB-C connection to the Ledger Live desktop application. So you do have both a mobile and a desktop application option here. So that is this device here. It has a sort of a brushed stainless steel ability to kind of close it. And this is just a slightly bigger version than the Ledger Nano S, its first generation product. But again, you can set up and customize a 4 to 8 digit PIN code here. You can install apps directly on here as well as the Ledger Live app as well. And this is also kind of a mid-tier hardware wallet as well. It allows you to hold up to 100 apps or 100 different coins simultaneously on the device. And it also does have some integration, which we'll talk about in the next segment for coin support. This does have an EAL6 Plus security element chip, and it does communicate via Bluetooth. So it is not completely air gapped, but it is wired or wireless, depending on your preference, if you want to use mobile or if you want to use the desktop application. So it is a fairly secure wallet, and it does allow you to do it securely via Bluetooth, which is encrypted if you do want to take it on the go and you don't want to be tethered to the computer. So that is an option for you there. And as far as the quality and the build of the device, this is a sort of just a polished plastic, and then you have a brushed stainless steel here. So the overall build quality is sort of lower level to mid-level in my opinion, based on other hardware wallets. And I believe that they're doing that to kind of do it to keep the overall cost down. Now, the last thing I'll say about these 2 wallets before I go over to the design of the NGrave is this Ledger is a company that is based out of Paris, but what I did want to point out here is that Ledger has recently shipped their manufacturing to China to make it cheaper, which I'm finding out that a lot of people don't like hardware wallets that are built in China. They don't want them manufactured in China. They don't trust it. They believe that there's going to be some backdoors or some other nefarious things going on there. Even though there's been no evidence or proof of that, it is a psychological barrier for most. So even though they are based out of Paris and they did used to manufacture in Europe, they now manufactured in China. The NGrave Zero is a Belgium-made device. It is manufactured in Brussels. It is also European as well, and it is manufactured there, and it is not manufactured in China. So that's a good kind of a segue. That's the security, design, and form factor and information you probably need to know about Ledger. Let's move over here to the NGrave Zero. So this is a premium and a high-end hardware wallet as well. This one is air-gapped completely, so there's no Wi-Fi, no Bluetooth, no NFC, no USB cables, nothing. It's completely 100% used as a QR code transmission. And as far as the design and the overall form factor, this is a very high-end and a premium device. It's very heavy. You have some really high-quality materials. You have a full 4-inch touchscreen display, and we'll take a look at some of the coins and the dashboard in a minute. But what we also have here is sort of a little rubber stopper, but there is a USB-C port here. This is for charging the device only. And then there is one mechanical button on the side here. This is for powering on the device. And then if you kind of look over on the back of the device here, you have a camera right here for QR code signing and scanning from the device. And here we have a fingerprint authentication and sensor, which allows you to do multi-factor authentication. You can have multiple signatures as well. So if you want to share this device and have, you know, 2 people's fingerprints, that can be done. If you want to have to sign and authorize a transaction, have a PIN code, a fingerprint, and a password, you can also do that as well. So there's a lot of security things on this that I really like. This also has a EAL7 plus security element chip, so it's a little bit stronger and a little bit more secure than the Ledger Nano X. So this is the most secure hardware wallet on the planet as of filming this video, which I think is very interesting to kind of up the game in terms of the security factor. As far as the overall user experience, this is, I would say, very close to like the Keystone Pro or the LOCKUP Titan in terms of scanning QR codes. This is a mobile-only device. There is no desktop application like you have on this device. And this is used with the NGrave Liquid and can also be partnered with the NGrave Graphene, which is a 3-tiered hardware wallet solution. As far as the overall user experience, for example, if I wanted to click on the Bitcoin app and I wanted to hit receive, I can use my phone to scan this QR code and send crypto directly to the device itself, which is pretty interesting. There's also the camera here for authorizing and signing transactions as well, which I've tested and works pretty well. And then of course you have all the different coins, which we'll talk about in a second. And you have options, obviously, to sync your portfolio with the NGrave Liquid, iOS or Android app. This comes when you set it up with a 64-character hexadecimal private key. So instead of using the 24-word recovery seed phrase to set it up like you do on the Ledger, this one you actually will write down the private key itself. However, as I was digging through this, you can get the 24-word recovery seed phrase as well if you want. You can add extra passphrase, you can have activate hidden accounts. So there's a lot of security features that I really like with this, and they're gonna have a lot more in future updates. So that's the kind of overview of the security, design, and form factor of the NGrave Zero. And since I'm holding it, let's briefly touch on the coin support, which is section number 2 for both wallets. As I mentioned, this is a brand new device, so it doesn't have full coin support yet. Some of the notable things, you obviously have Bitcoin, Ethereum, all ERC20 tokens, which is over 1,000. You have Dogecoin native support, you have Bitcoin Cash, Zcash, you have stablecoin support for USDC, USDT, and DAI. You even have metaverse coins like Engine, Mana, Sandbox. You have Polygon Matic, you have Aave, DeFi protocols, and several more. So you have a lot of great coins to start out with on this type of device. They are going to be adding down the line things like Tezos and staking, Polkadot and staking, Kusama and staking, and that's going to be done in a future update, but you just have a base level set of coins on the device as of shooting this. Now, also one thing I want to mention is as of shooting this, this is not available for pre-order yet. Shooting this in December of 2021, in Q1 of 2022, so either late January or early February, they will be opening up for orders. And again, check the links in the description for the most up-to-date and accurate information, as well as best deals. So as of right now, there's no official staking. There is no official other coin storage other than they do have things like that I haven't installed myself, like Ripple, XRP, Dash, and a few other coins. But native support is fairly good for a brand new wallet. So just note that no DeFi, MetaMask integration, and no staking quite yet, but that is scheduled to come. Now, the Ledger Nano X is going to win in this category. Coin support, they have a lot of coins developed and integrated directly in the Ledger Live app. For example, Ledger, I have my Tezos staking on this, Polkadot staking, Kusama staking. Actually, I'm not staking Kusama on this one. I just have Polkadot and Tezos staking, but you do have other ones. If you want to stake Tron, if you want to stake Algorand, if you want to stake Elrond, things like that are now on this device that are not on this device. You also have DeFi integrations. You also have Compound, which is a DeFi protocol and platform integrations. As far as overall functionality and coin support, and the amount of coins that are supported, the Ledger Nano X in this case is going to win, hands down. Now let's end on the third and final category here, which is the price. So again, I want to give a quick disclaimer. I'm going to give the full price for these products. Any specific discounts, promos, time of year, new releases, etc. Check the links down in the description for both of these for the most up-to-date active coin support and any active promotions, deals, discounts, etc. Just wanted to give you that as a disclaimer before I get into the pricing. Check those links out. With all that said, the full or standard price on the NGrave Zero is 398 euros. And it does have an option for you to bundle it with the NGrave Graphene, which is the metal recovery seed plate and backup device. If you buy both of those, that's 498 euros. So this is a premium and a high-end device, just to give you kind of an overview. Now, the full price on the Ledger Nano X, as of shooting this video, is $119 US. This is sort of your mid-tier devices. Again, the build quality is no comparison. It is kind of comparing apples to oranges, but I wanted to compare these because these are two very popular hardware wallets. Ledger Nano X is obviously a very popular device. It's sold a lot of units, and this is brand new. So I did want to compare them because if you're looking for overall coin support, the Ledger Nano X is going to win. If you're looking for which one is the most secure right off the bat, then the NGrave Zero is going to win. In my particular case, if I could only pick one, I personally would still choose the NGrave Zero. And the reason I would do that is purely for the security. The security element, having it mobile, having it completely air gapped and have a secure QR code transmission, and having it mobile only. So this one is mobile, but Bluetooth is a wireless option that, even though it's encrypted, has a possible ability to be intercepted. The NGrave Zero is 100% air gap. So this is, in my opinion, just a more secure device. They're also going to be adding some new features and new coins and new security protocols that I really do like. And honestly, it's just a higher quality device. So if you want the best of the best, honestly, the NGrave Zero is sort of my new favorite so far, even though I've only been testing it for a couple of weeks to a month now, and the overall user experience on this is really good. The user experience on the Ledger Nano X, the screen is tiny. It's really not that intuitive to use. And again, this has to be used with a desktop and a mobile application. And on this one, you have the full screen, so you can not only use the full touchscreen, but you can scan QR codes. You can't scan a QR code on this one, so just another reason. The overall usability and security I do like. So in my opinion, the NGrave Zero does technically win here. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap that up here. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns on either of these devices, let me know down in the comment section below. And then if you're new to hardware wallets in general, check out my video in the top right corner here, where is a deep dive unboxing and review of the NGrave Zero. I will see you guys in that video now. Crypto Renegade out.